Hey, Pete.
All right. Hey, Kristen. I think we're live here. I think maybe we'll give it a few more seconds to get some folks on. It looks like a couple more people are jumping on.
Okay, awesome. With the rain, give people a little bit of time, right?
Yes, absolutely. Sunny day in Chicago, right?
Right. May 2nd. What is it, the 3rd already? Yeah, the 3rd already.
May 3rd. We've only had 2 days of sun so far this year.
Absolutely. I'm ready for sun. You might have to get on a plane and go somewhere and get some sun.
I think so. I think so. So we have a few people that jumped on here. Do you want to? Should we get it started here?
Yeah, we can get started. You want to give just maybe one more minute, or are you good? You want to start?
I think we're good. This will be recorded, so you'll have a recording that you can share with your platforms, your entire sphere of influence. Looks like some more people are jumping on. So with that, I'll get started. So I'm Pete Ferrara with Homebridge Financial. I'm excited to do these webinar series with you and partner to educate some folks on what they can and cannot do, in certain instances with certain different products and in this tough environment, get a little creative. So I've been in the mortgage business. Now I'm going to date myself. 28 years, I think this is my 28th year. So I've seen it all, but exciting times. I think the housing industry is ripe to use some of these products, and hopefully we can provide some value to your sphere of influence. With that, Kristen, I'm going to let you introduce yourself and kind of tell your folks who you are, what you do, and why we're here.
Okay, awesome. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Kristen Rusev. I'm a real estate agent with Classic Realty. As you all know, I sell and help people advance their real estate dreams. And today's webinar is basically about everyone that is self-employed and pretty much getting you motivated to let you know that there are programs that are out there to help you get pre-approved for any property that you think that you may want to buy. And so my biggest thing as a realtor is to educate people along the way. That's for my past clients, future clients, and all referrals that come in. And I wanted to give everyone an opportunity to see me partner and show you what I do with lenders and help you get educated along the way with the main person that will help us get started with anything that we do, which is going to be a lender. But most lenders don't really take out much time to educate individuals. And so that's why I'm very excited about our partnership to help you understand that there are options out there for you. And that's pretty much what this webinar is going to be about. And then we're going to also have other webinars that are going to come up weekly. And we'll be sharing a lot of helpful insight on the real estate industry and how to get yourself ready for any purchases that you may want to make this year. So with that being said, I'm going to give it back to Pete and we'll kind of jump right in.
Terrific. Thanks, Kristen. And then obviously your information will be shared at the last slide, and everyone on here should know who you are, and you'll reach out individually to help the folks. So with that, let's pull up the slides here. So I'm going to start that presentation here. Can you see that slide, Kristen?
I don't see anything quite yet. Did you share it already?
There, you see it?
Yep. And then
okay, so
I wanted to make sure, Pete, too. Can people write in the chat if they have any questions along?
Yeah, okay. We can. So people can write in the chat here, and we'll try to answer some stuff as we can. So at that, basically, I think everyone saw your intro video to promote this with no tax returns. Not a problem. Have you, Kristen, have you personally had any clients that, they were under contract and then at the end or in the middle, they weren't able to secure the loan because the underwriter came back or the loan officer came back to you and said, well, guess what? your client isn't showing enough income. Was that a real situation for you?
Yeah, real life situation. And it totally demotivated that client. I believe that she will be tapping in today because I want to show her that now we can fix that issue. And so it happens a lot.
Yeah, it certainly does. And this is about thinking outside the box. So with that, we'll talk about, the normal loans out there are the FHA financing, VA, USDA, and conventional. Of course, all of those need those tax returns that certainly won't help individuals that can't qualify that way. So, having said that, we want you to know that, don't let, just because your tax returns don't reflect your income situation, there's other ways for us to help you and how we calculate income to get you that loan and ultimately get you that home. So there's three different main categories we want to talk about for self-employed persons, as well as the third one that's actually someone that isn't even employed. So for self-employed people, we could simply look at bank statements and average out some bank statements, take a percentage of that and use that as your income, which obviously just because you're not claiming it all doesn't mean you don't qualify. So that's a great way to qualify someone. 1099, we'll talk about in another slide, and then we'll talk about how to qualify somebody just with assets. Okay. So having said that, I just want to just go through one real quick, and I don't want to spend much time on it. Basically, just want to show you that you can, as a self-employed person with these methods here, get a home with 10% down. So you don't even have to put down 20%, depending on your credit profile. Now, having said that, Kristen, I mean, we were talking yesterday, today, this morning. Can you think of anybody, any businesses any people and what type of businesses they're in as self-employed?
Absolutely. So hairstylists, lash techs, truck drivers, barbers, nail technicians. And so the list goes on. Pretty much everyone that I know owns some type of business and they're self-employed. And so that's why this one is very important to me to spread information out. Yep.
For sure. And here's a little list. I mean, this isn't even a complete list here. And you mentioned a few of these. And one of the things I want to mention is that, with, COVID was 2020, 2021. What we found is that lots of people's businesses back in 2020 were down and they didn't reflect a lot of income through a tax return. But they're back on track through 2021 and maybe even end of 2020. So their bank statements will be a better reflection of what their income is. So lots of people that used to qualify with their tax returns no longer do. So this is a great opportunity here to get into a home. Don't let the tax return stop you. Kristen, are you familiar with what a 1099 is versus a W-2 person?
No, let's explain a little bit just to get the clear understanding of it.
So that a 1099 person can be somebody that we'll call them a contract employee. One of the most, one of the ones that sticks out in my mind is a truck driver, right? Okay. So lots of truck drivers, they might work for a one place all the time, but they just get a form 1099, which simply means that that's how much gross income they've paid them, and they don't take any taxes out. Yep. There's a bunch of people that get paid 1099 in your line of work. Real estate agents will get a 1099. Yep. The other big one is insurance folks. Okay. So an insurance person might get a 1099. So we do have a nice program that if you get a 1099, I'll pull that up here. We simply can document 1 or 2 years of your 1099 income and use a portion of that to help you qualify. Because I know lots of these folks write off lots of expenses, and so they may not qualify with their tax returns. we could simply use a 1099. Does that make sense, Kristen?
Yeah, lots of sense.
Okay, perfect. One of the last ones we want to cover is, and I think you and I talked about this, and I actually had a person that had this situation. They had a business and they sold the business, and now they were in between some employment, but they had lots of assets. So this is kind of a neat product, and it happens in one of two instances. Someone that is between employment, that maybe isn't at retirement age, but they have lots of assets and they need to buy a house. We can qualify them simply with just the money they have. So there's, believe it or not, I mean, the crazy thing is there's no income or employment verified at all.
Wow.
But the second main situation where I see this in is somebody just coming into retirement and they have lots of 401k assets, IRAs, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, but they had a good earning job this last year, but they retired. Yep. And now their income isn't reflecting what they need to qualify. We've used this product for that. So there's a couple niche programs here we can use to help people qualify. Okay. So that's kind of a unique one. Now, the next one I want to talk about is, do you have any folks that are interested in buying 2, 3, or 4 unit properties?
Yes, millions. Yes.
I hope millions, right? Would it keep us busy in it? And you know what? The interesting thing is we here at Homebridge, and we're excited to partner with you. We truly believe that a person looking for their first property should, if they're able to, get into a multi-family property to help build their real estate portfolio. And it's something that you and I talked extensively about. You want to help people build real estate wealth.
Absolutely.
And the first way to do it, obviously, is let's see if we can get them in a multi-family property. The nice thing about this suite of products is we can get you into a property, or Kristen and myself can get you into a property with 10% down on, let's say, a 3 or 4 unit, which any regular conventional type product, that minimum is going to be at least 20%. Yep. So I would look at that as a huge, huge advantage to get into your first multifamily property.
And
what do you think about that?
A lot of my clients, I do preach about multifamily opposed to single family, especially individuals that are wanting to become landlords. A lot of people know I'm a landlord. I have a lot of experience with that. And having that multi-family is going to bring you more streams of income at one property. So I'm very excited about this particular program because I know the benefit of it, and I try my hardest to explain that to a lot of clients. And it's a very popular trend right now. And financing can be an issue with other programs. And so this program with that 10% down is something that I think is amazing personally.
Perfect. Yeah, I think a lot of people just don't know what they don't know. I'm glad, we got a chance to share a little bit about what folks can do without getting into the exact specifics. That would be on me to qualify, in detail. But I think in general, there's lots of folks that could take advantage of these opportunities here. I don't see, so let's look at, see if there's any questions here. And I think actually you were just talking about this, Kristen, while you were speeding on your way over here.
Yeah.
Can this program work for house hacking? And why, we're pretty excited about what we could do together in the future. Why don't you speak a little bit about what you want this to become for house hacking?
Okay, so what I want this to become for house hacking, my goal or my vision for individuals that are investing in investment properties is for your property to basically pay your mortgage essentially. So if you have a 2 or 3 unit, house hacking is technically having other tenants live in your building. So if you live on the first floor, you have 2 other tenants that are on the second and the 3rd floor, and they're essentially paying your mortgage. And so house hacking is a trend. A lot of people hear about house hacking, but I always recommend multifamily to take control of your assets. And then with that, you're able to save more money and possibly invest in more properties. And so I think a question kind of came in about house hacking, and can this work for house hacking, Pete?
Absolutely. And we're obviously some of these are geared towards owner occupants. We always start from that first home or first multifamily property and get them into that first one. If it's a 3-unit, like you mentioned, have those other 2 units pay that whole mortgage, so that they have cash flow as they save up more money to get into that second property, and so forth and so on. For investors, I think you and I were talking about, we're going to have a whole separate investor webinar here, which house hacking we can do some pretty neat things. Depending, some of these investors might be more seasoned than others. They might have multiple properties that, with the values that are currently out there in the market, we might be able to take advantage of leveraging those properties. So cashing out some monies on that property, still making sure they cash flow and pay themselves off, but now get them into that 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th property, and so on. Right? We work with investors. I mean, gosh, I would have to look. We have investors that have from anywhere from 2 to 30 properties, and they all had to start somewhere, right? And so that'll be another educational webinar that you and I do together, specifically geared towards growing somebody's portfolio that way. So we can use it for investors as well. Any other? I'm seeing we obviously want folks to ask some questions. We're here. Don't be shy on the questions. Kristen and I are here to answer whatever questions you might have. We can obviously, Kristen could reach out, individually as well on your individual situations. But I don't see any other questions in the chat here, Kristen. Anything else you want to share? I guess talk to me about what we want to promote here coming up in the future. I think the investor one will be next week.
Yep, the investor. Okay, so we do have a question coming in really quick. What type of loan is this? Is it private lending?
So it's actually that's a great question. It's actually not like private lending in what you might consider hard money lending. That's the term out there, the buzzword. This is actually it'll be institutional lending. So it will not be more of like the commercial type financing that other lenders are advertising out there. This has more of a residential style feel to it. So my best description is it's institutional lending, where we still use they're a big lender out there that's buying these loans as we close them. They're not the small private lenders or private capital.
Okay. Does that answer your question? You could put in the chat if that helps answer your question. I hope it did.
Yeah, and hopefully and the rate, and we didn't get into rates here, Deanna, specifically, because it's not the hard money lender style. You'll find that these are a better alternative than that private lending.
Okay. Perfect. And then I think, Pete, someone wants to speak, so I'm going to add on the speak portion. I think I did this right. Looks like someone's coming in and they want to speak. So I clicked it. Yeah. Okay, let's see.
So while you're trying that, Deanna so when a realtor asks, should we say cash, FHA? No, actually, that's a great question. Again, This will actually be considered conventional financing. So it's not a government, it will be considered conventional financing. We will, it goes through, to get in just a little bit of detail, it goes through our in-house underwriting. We're considered a mortgage bank. So we don't need to send it out. It's all done in-house. So the best you will put in there conventional for the type of financing. So if someone were to do a bank statement program and they were putting down 10%, you would just put down 90% conventional. And one of the things that Kristen and I talked about how we would like to work with our clients together is to get them fully approved. And that's a real pre-approval, so that even on one of these products here, Kristen, we can have that person all the way through underwriting, so that when you're taking that client out to view properties, we can present that offer in confidence. Yep. And you can say they're fully approved. All we need is appraisal and title, and we can close.
Okay, and that means a lot, because sometimes everyone pretty much is walking around with a pre-approval right now, but I really want to be confident, like you say, to make sure that we're good to go. And in this competitive market, we stand out between.
Super important to have all of that already done in advance. And your offer, Kristen, should be your client's offer should be the best offer on the table, because it's ready to go. Denise had a question here.
Will PMI be required with this type of loan?
Yeah, great question. The answer is no. No, it is conventional financing, but it's a product with no private mortgage insurance, even at the 10% down. But great question. Thank you.
Okay, and then let's see. There's another question, Pete. Is there a limit to how many properties I can own? That's a really good question.
There actually is. There actually is, and I think on this product we can do 8 or 10 properties. Okay. With that, and then we there's limits, there's dollar amount caps, like $10 million in aggregate loans in total. Okay. But if we run into that great problem, we have other solutions to help you build your portfolio. So yeah, we're certainly gonna hit those, and we do hit some of those caps. So there are a limit to how many properties we can finance. You can own as many as you want, I guess, to answer the question correctly. Yep. But we'll be able to help you out in those first 8 or 10 through this particular channel. And then we have some, in the house hacking world, Kristen, we can talk some advanced strategies once we get the folks to those many properties. Yeah, we do have some folks we work with to help offload some of those into a different financing vehicle, we could start this process over again. Absolutely. So we do have some alternatives.
I think that's great. And thanks for the questions, you all. Keep them coming. If anyone has any questions, just put them in the chat while we have, Pete here, and then myself. Of course, you can reach out to me. But I think before we got into the questions, some different webinars that we are going to have coming up, of course, are going to be investment properties. And then we're also going to do first-time home buyers too. And so those are going to be kind of like a series that we started to create. And we're really excited. These webinars are all going to be recorded. So if there's someone that you feel you want to get this information, of course, those can be shared as well. And I think we have another question, which is minimum.
I was waiting for somebody to ask that, Kristen. Yes. Minimum credit score. Yeah, there is, and the world of financing has evolved and continues to evolve. And on this particular product, the new and improved credit score is 660. 660 for this one.
Okay, 660. Okay, so that's our lucky number, 660.
660.
And then any clients, as I've mentioned, or new clients, or anybody coming in, if that's something that you need help with, I can assist or recommend you to different individuals that can help you get to that point. And then, of course, between myself and Pete, we'll tag team, we'll get the job done. So what I like to do is just provide as many resources as I can, or refer you to individuals that can put you in the position. And then, of course, on the agent side, you have me. And then you see that I have a very supportive lender. And so we'll be able to kind of tag team between those different scenarios that may come up.
Perfect. I put up your slide. Hopefully you can see that with your cell phone and email address for anyone that doesn't have your contact information handy. So that's how folks can reach out to you. Obviously, you can reach out, Kristen, to anyone that was on this webinar for any additional questions or needs that they might have.
Absolutely.
So any other parting thought? Oh, one more coming in.
If your credit score is much higher, will that reduce the down payment?
Yeah. So that's so the minimum, no matter what, Karen, the minimum is 10% down. What happens in the other direction? So really, if your credit score is lower, then you might have reduced loan to value down like to 85% or 80%. But 10%, it won't reduce the down payment further than 10%. 10% is the minimum.
Okay. So 10% is the minimum. And then as we continue to do these webinars, Pete, I'll get a lot of feedback from my sphere of influence, people that, my past clients, future clients, and just try to see different topics that we may want to hit. Of course, we'll show them the lending programs that we want to roll out, but also too, just common questions. A lot of things are going to come up about credit. And so I would love for us to possibly talk about that next time. And maybe someone that can come in and help us explain, because I know credit comes up a lot, right?
Perfect. Yeah, we have all those resources. We can definitely put on whatever topic is necessary. So we'll share not only with this group, but through your entire sphere of influence, what everyone wants to hear. And Absolutely. We'll go ahead and promote that topic and educate about that topic. Yep. So Denise, one more question here: is the lending area only for the Chicagoland? No, absolutely not. So Homebridge will do every state except for Utah. This particular product is not available in every state, but almost every state. So we can do it's not only Chicagoland Metro, all of Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, anything that you're around, Florida. New York. So whatever, Florida, right? So
warm weather.
Whatever states you might have a need in, please let us know. I can let you know if that state is available, but pretty much all the states.
Okay.
Any other last thoughts to share, Kristen, and then we can adjourn, and then we'll promote our next series.
California. Okay, Denise, California or Florida. So we know Florida for sure. What about Cali, the sunny?
We should be all good with both. Actually, both of those. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yay, Florida. And then everyone who's looking for Florida, I'm really hoping to get licensed in Florida too. So we will be there too as well, doing the same thing that we're doing here. And like I say, I just really want to thank all the self-employed people that are on here and that will be reviewing the recorded webinar, just because I know our schedules are crazy busy. We'll be having a lot of different things coming up. I'm going to be hosting a lot of different events, and just try to educate as much as I can. I want to make this process something that is not a daunting task. A lot of people want to invest in properties or purchase homes or whatever it may be, but a lot of people are discouraged just based on thinking that they do not have the qualifications, and then not really even knowing that there are options from case to case. And so I'm really excited to jump into these webinars. If you can just continue to share them, help me grow my business and help me educate individuals on this whole process. And you'll be seeing a lot of Pete and I. We'll be out here. We'll be recording webinars. We'll host events. And like I say, my goal is just to help you from point A to B. It's more than just a real estate transaction for me. These are things that I wish I knew before I was even an agent on the investor side, that there were in our programs out here like this. And so my biggest thing is to spread the awareness as much as I can. And I'm very excited. We'll have some nice weather coming here really soon, but while we're all in the house, continue to make sure that you're tapping in. Next week, we're going to be back here with another webinar, and we will, obviously you can follow my social media to get the links, and just let your friends know that you have a real estate agent and a lender that are partnering up, which is very rare. And we're both in the business of educating people. And of course, I can help you with all your real estate dreams. So that's all I have. Any questions? Of course, everyone has my, information. This is going to be my phone number. A lot of you all know that I did switch brokerages, and so I will have a website up really soon. And anything that you need, just call or text me, follow me on social media, and then Pete, that's all I got.
Thanks, Kristen. I love it. It was great presenting this information. Oh, one last one.
One more.
So Katya, prepayment penalty. These programs here are for owner occupants driven. This is driven for owner occupants. The next one we'll have is investor. So no prepayment penalties are allowed on any of these products. So that's one main difference between private lending and not. So because it's owner occupied focused, no prepayment penalties. When we talk investor programs, there's options for prepayment penalties or not prepayment penalties, but we'll get into that one in our next webinar. Having said that, this was terrific. Thanks for coming out and doing this webinar with us, Kristen. I think there's a lot of great information. Looking forward to our partnership and many more webinars to come. Same. So with that, we'll see everyone. We'll see everyone soon next week.
Okay. Thank you so much, Pete. Oh, we have one more.
That's good. Will you guys be talking about refinancing? Yeah, these products here you can refinance as well. Yep. This one with Kristen as a real estate agent, we were gearing this one towards purchasing properties, but certainly there are refinancing opportunities for these products, as well as the investor one that we want to talk about next week, which is super important to leverage any properties that somebody might have so that Kristen can help you grow your portfolio. But yeah, any specific questions, please reach out to Kristen. And then if she feels that it's a question I need to answer, we talk almost every day. So, So, all right. Well, a pleasure as always, Kristen. I look forward to the next one next week, and we'll educate some more. So everyone, thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. I will talk to you all soon. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day. Be safe. And if you are in a warm climate, send some sun here because we are very cold and it's raining all day.
All right, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.